Welcome to The Explainer. You know, some people build careers, others build companies. But today, we're talking about a man who spent his life building something way more ambitious. A bridge. A bridge of ideas, of culture, and of learning that spanned halfway across the globe. This is the story of Kazuhiko Kawasaki.
To really get a handle on a 50-year project, you first have to understand the person behind it. In this quote, it's not about business or strategy. It's about a moment of connection with his son. It kind of tells you everything you need to know, right? His mission wasn't just professional, it was deeply, deeply human.
And these three words, they perfectly capture the philosophy that guided his entire life's work. This wasn't just, a polite greeting. It was an open invitation. An invitation for people, for ideas, for whole cultures to connect, to share what they know, and most importantly, to learn from each other.
So what was this bridge he was building, really? Well, for half a century, that's 50 years, Kawasaki dedicated himself to this one single, incredibly ambitious goal: to connect the Nordic countries and Japan so they could learn from each other and grow together.
And look, this was no casual interest. This was a lifetime commitment. It kicked off with a 15-year career based in Stockholm. Then he moved his whole life to Sapporo, Japan for 25 years. Then he retired, and I'm using air quotes here, by moving back to Sweden, only to completely pivot his whole approach when the world turned upside down in 2020. I mean, that's what real dedication looks like.
He even says it himself. The number of trips he took back and forth between the Nordics and Japan was just countless. Think about that for a second. In an age before you could just hop on a video call, this was a life literally spent in motion, all to keep two very different cultures talking to each other.
Okay, but why? What was the whole point of all this travel, all this effort? What was he actually trying to build with this 50-year bridge? The answer is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound.
This was the engine driving everything. From his time as a professor at Tokai University on, his mission was all about fostering two key things in people: creativity, which is the power to come up with new ideas, and self-efficacy, that deep-down belief that you can actually make those ideas happen.
So how do you actually do that? How do you build that kind of belief across thousands of miles? Well, you show up. You just show up. For decades, Kawasaki poured all of his energy into workshops, presentations, and articles, all of them designed to spark that creative fire in every single person he could reach.
And his focus wasn't narrow at all. Just look at this list. He tackled everything from the structure of happiness itself to the work-life balance of doctors. He even staged a creativity battle between Sweden and Japan. See, this wasn't just about business strategy. It was a holistic mission to make society better by empowering the people in it.
All right, but what happens when the very foundation of your work, physical travel, in-person connection, is suddenly just pulled out from under you? In 2020, his half-century mission ran headfirst into a global crisis.
I mean, for a man whose life was built on countless flights, the pandemic was a fundamental crisis. The physical bridge was officially closed. But he saw that every crisis is also an opportunity, a chance to find brand new ways to work, to learn, and to connect with people.
So the old way involved immense costs, travel, hotels. You get the picture. Limited access. So what did he do? He built a digital bridge. He discovered the audio app Clubhouse and saw what he called its shocking potential. And just like that, the bridge wasn't made of jet fuel and hotel rooms anymore. It was built right into a smartphone, accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world.
He called it Radio Kawasaki. But its purpose? Its purpose was identical to his original 50-year-old mission. It was still about introducing unique people and amazing ideas from the Nordics and Japan. It was still a place for co-creation. The tech changed, but the mission never wavered.
So what can we really take away from this incredible story of dedication and adaptation? Well, it ultimately brings the question right back to us, doesn't it?
The story of Kazuhiko Kawasaki really shows us that a truly powerful purpose can survive anything. It can span decades, continents, and even massive technological revolutions. From countless trips on airplanes to a radio show on an app, his work has been this constant, unwavering effort to connect people and unlock their most creative selves.
And that brings us to the final and I think the most important question of all. His life has been about building one incredible bridge.
It makes you wonder, between which people, which ideas, or which cultures is the world waiting for you to build a bridge? What bridge will you build?